Hello. Welcome to session 6 of Spire. Can I say the name? Are you going to say the name?
You can say the name.
I'm saying it. This episode's called Scattered Shards because Jason never gives us names that seem to indicate anything happy will happen ever.
Episode 6.
Next episode's gonna have a happy title and it's gonna freak you all out.
Yeah, it's gonna be the worst. It's actually gonna be so much worse.
It'll be like episode 7, picnic time.
Yes.
Rainbows and cookies.
I did read about the garden in Spire, and it's not a happy place.
There aren't really any happy places in Spire.
But it's so cool.
Valid. Yep. Hi, thanks for being here. This is my channel. I'm Jess. You are at go_JG. That or you're on YouTube, because now we're posting stuff there. So if you're enjoying the show there, thanks so much. Make sure you like and subscribe and leave a comment. I'm not sure. Tell us how beautiful we all imagine Imogen is, because she's freaking gorgeous. And have you seen the art? Oh my god.
Now 2 pieces of art.
Yeah.
She's
She's just so pretty.
so pretty.
But yeah, I'm Jess. Thanks for being here. I am playing your does it protect Spooter mom here today, Kosa the midwife, and I'm very excited to see what totally not happy things are about to happen to us. Megan.
Oh, that's right. I'm next. Hello, I am Megan. I will be playing Imogen, who is the aforementioned very, very pretty drow occult idol, currently just having a bit of a nap.
A little rest.
Stop touching things.
Yep.
You think your characters will learn lessons, but nope.
No.
They don't.
They
They
don't.
really never do.
Thanks, kids. Good job. Next is Nicholas.
Yeah, hello. I am playing Florentien, a man with masks over his face. And,
Accurate.
quite a few issues.
A man with many face masks.
Yeah, I think the issues comes with the territory of, having lots of masks that you associate with.
Like emotional masks, like physical masks.
No, yeah, physical masks that you just put on one of those displays and then you talk to them. I mean,
Florentien is just masks all the way down.
Perfect. And sadly, we are missing our Dustin again. He is off. He's busy partying so hard that there are earthquakes. Totally good normal stuff. So we miss him, but we'll have him next episode. And on to our wonderful and totally not spooky or mean GM, Jason.
Hi. I'm Jason, and I'm the GM who's running all this. I don't have a particular character, but I have like everybody else that these people will be interacting with. And I'm just here to make their lives very difficult. And I am going to be doing the recap today. So I can sort of jump right into that. So the recap today, we see Madame Faye Aranyan, the one who is in the manor in Amaranth, who you had just recently left. She is standing in front of the now cracked mirror that you all damaged when you were visiting her. And she's currently adjusting a mask on her face and staring into the mirror. And then she speaks, seemingly to herself, into the mirror. So, now we know that the other Faye Aranyan lives. I should thank them for that. Though the fools don't even know what they're getting into. But that won't be a problem for us much longer. I'm wrapping up that loose end as we speak. then she reaches forward and runs her finger over the crack. And she just breathes in sharply for a moment. And you can see a trail of blood where the crack is in the mirror. I still never located the fourth one of them. I'm almost certain he's a sage. They are slippery. But I had the entire manor searched. There's no sign of him. So wherever he got to, at least I'm confident he's not here. Everything proceeds as it was. The plan is undamaged. The loose ends will be tied up shortly. And then I can deal with those drow. They don't know enough to be dangerous. And she finishes adjusting her mask and steps back for a moment. And you can see a reflection in the mirror that is not her, standing behind her in the mirror. It's just a very dark, hazy, and indistinct form, taller than her, sort of towering over her by a few feet. And it's just like constantly out of focus. And then we cut to an alleyway behind a high-rise in the Silver Quarter. And there, faintly shimmering silk webs stretch across the alleyway behind a glittering high-rise apartment in the Silver Quarter. The drunken dandies who stumble down the alley are too far gone on sickly sweet wine, psychotropic mushrooms to ever notice the webs. But Cahosa sees them. She feels their stumbling footsteps and hears their shrill barks of laughter. She watches until she is certain they are not a threat, and then she pulls her attention back to the woman lying in the bed in the room many floors above. Imogene, your eyes flutter open, and the first sensation you feel is a deep, draining fatigue and a dull pain throughout your entire body. Then confusion. What happened? How did you get here in your bed? Where is everyone? Oh, there's Kosa. But nobody else in your room. What is going on? Florentien. Florentien is masked in the manner of the Alfir who rule Spire, and he attempts to blend in with the raucous crowds of the Silver Quarter. He is supposedly out here to get some food for Cahosa and hopefully a recovering Imogene. But you can sense the eyes watching you. You turn a corner onto a side street, and you count to yourself. 10 seconds. 10 seconds behind you. 2 other masked drow also turn onto the same street, appearing to talk to each other in pleasant tones. But occasionally they pause and stop and look ahead. They look at you. It seems that Madame Feyaranyan's spies are still watching. And that's where we'll start. So Imogene, you're awake. You're in like a complete dull pain across your entire body. It just feels like you've been hit by a dragon.
Cool. Love that. Great.
You're lying in your bed and you see Kosa there, but you don't see anyone else.
Is Kosa like doing like a sitting at the bedside thing, or are you like just there doing other things type of thing?
I was honestly wondering if Jason was gonna describe like her like really creepily just like, you know, stroking your face or something.
No, but you can do that. Go ahead.
I was honestly debating. I was like, is she stroking this sweet child's face? Or is she like sitting there web knitting or something? Like with a cup of tea, just knitting some webs, you know, as you do.
That is entirely up to you.
How many arms does Cahosa have?
I like how you're stopping to think.
Yeah.
I was just thinking.
Right?
I think she's only done the many eyes thus far. I don't think she has done the many arms yet.
Correct.
Yes.
Why, are you wondering if she's knitting like a four-armed sweater?
Oh my god. Yeah.
I was thinking about she was sitting there just staring at Imogen, holding a cup of tea while knitting with the other arm.
Oh my god, that would be so good. Now that you said that, though, I do want to knit an extra armed sweater for precious
Zai.
Precious Zai, for precious Spooter Child.
Oh my lord.
I need to go visit him and give him gifts. He is such a precious gift of the goddess, and I love him.
Blessed child.
Yes, he is blessed. Blessed. Listen.
All right, so is that what you're doing when Imogen wakes up?
Knitting a web sweater. A multi-armed web sweater. And drinking tea. Not at the same time, unfortunately.
Soon.
Yeah. And probably if you stir, she probably doesn't even like look up from her knitting, but is just like, "Hello, sleeping beauty. Are you done your rest?"
Oh. And Imogen like starts to like sit up in bed, like gets up on her elbows, and then is just like, "Nope," and just like lays back down again. It's like, oh my, what happened?
Well, remember that time I told you not to touch the mirror, and then you touched the mirror? It's
Yes.
kind of like that. But this time, with the new item we had discovered, and poison instead of a Imogen monster.
Oh, well, I suppose better me than its intended recipient.
Yes.
Seems okay.
Yes, it is very kind of you to continue to put your body on the line like that.
It's not like it's how I make my living or anything. It's probably okay. And I'm gonna try to like sit up again and get like maybe like halfway and just like hold it and be like, okay. And then get to just like a sitting position in bed.
Yeah, I think like Kosa like will probably like get you some pillows to help prop you up. And then ask, do you want a tea? I hope you don't mind. I sort of helped myself in your kitchen. You weren't... I asked, but you didn't answer.
That's fine. I don't keep much there, but I'm glad you found something. Tea, yes. That sounds nice, if you don't mind.
Yes, I will go get one. And then she gets up and she starts walking over, and as she does, she explains, Florentien has gone out to try and find us some nourishment. There didn't appear to be much in your kitchen. So hopefully he will return shortly. I have my little spiderlings watching out on the alley still. And mostly just been hoping you would wake up. And you did, so look at that. It all went well. Bless the mother.
And Kahosa, you're pretty sure, judging by the state that Imogen's in, that if you hadn't been here to help her, and that if Imogen in general weren't pretty strong constitution in general, she would probably be dead. That was some dangerous poison, whatever it was.
Yeah, because I tried to heal her. I just don't think I did particularly good, right?
Well, your healing is limited, and you couldn't get the poison out of her system.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not gonna tell her she almost died. That's not nice. I'll just laugh at her about it and scold her actions. Obviously, that's the right way to handle this.
Yep.
Knowing Imogen, you don't know what kind of reaction that would have gotten.
Yeah, so definitely like making a tea and just sort of talking through what happened and that where Florentien is and that hopefully he'll be back very soon because has he been gone a long time?
He has been gone longer than you expected, yes.
Yes.
Did he say where he was going? There's a food cart not 5 minutes from here.
Did he say where he was going?
Oh, just out to get some food.
Went to go get some smokes.
Well, you know Florentien, he can tell you something with one face and do something with another, so who knows? I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure he'll be back any second.
And I think we'll cut over to Florentien.
Okay. How many other people are there in the back alley?
You're not in a back alley. You're on a side street.
Yeah.
It's not particularly crowded. This main street that you had cut off of was much more crowded. This one does have some people on it on the sidewalk, but it's not a packed crowd or anything. And you can see the two masked. You assume they're a drow behind you.
Can I recognize if the masks have some sort of discerning features or something?
They don't. I mean, they're actually fairly plain masks, fairly simple, and there's nothing about them jumps out at you as having any sort of markings or history or importance.
Does that seem a little bit out of the ordinary around here?
No. So the Silver Quarter has a mix. There are Alfir here who are all masked, although there are some secret places in the Silver Quarter that you're aware of where it's said that the Alfir will actually scandalously not wear their masks. But there are a mix of masked drow and unmasked drow here. So seeing two masked drow on the street here is not that unusual for the Silver Quarter.
Oh, well.
And no one else on the street seems to be paying them any attention. They just stand out to you because you were expecting that you were followed.
So let me see what that one does. I had removed all my bookmarks. That was a bad move. Masked. Yeah, no. So I will give them a small salute. And then
are you going to turn to face them?
Yeah, I'm turning to face. I'll look at them and I go a little, scout salute. And then I'm going to shoot one of them.
Okay, perfect. Are you using your dueling pistol, I imagine, or your?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah.
So let me see. I have fight. One first one and one plus for fight, and then what else? I have a mastery die because it's surprising on the first attack. Do I have any domains?
I'm going to say this is high society.
Cool. That's 4 dice. Oh no. That's a 6.
So that's a partial success, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a partial success. Okay. So yeah, this. So roll your stress that you inflict with the shot.
Yeah, that's a 5.
Okay, I see.
It did not double up, sadly.
Okay.
Because the brutal one on the sacred shot means I roll 2 dice, and if they are the same, they add on.
Okay, and was this your sacred shot?
Yes, that's the only. I mean, I have just 1 bullet in that pistol, so I mean.
So yeah, you definitely you shoot one of them. So there's a man and a woman, the 2 drow I don't know if you were aiming for a particular one. There's not many distinguishing features between them because of their masks.
Yeah.
Aside from that,
I was aiming at the one that was closest to me because that means they might fall on top of the others when they panic or something. If they panic.
All right.
And then I'm gonna leg for it.
Okay. Ooh, lucky. Okay, so you pull out your gun and you fire at one of them, the one that's in the front, which I'm going to say is the man in the pair. Your bullet hits him square in the chest, and he...
Yeah. Oh, one way. It's also piercing, so armor doesn't take effect.
He was not armored anyway. So,
yeah, good.
You hit him square in the chest. You see, like, behind the mask, his eyes just go wide and almost, like, are pinpoints. And then he just falls over. The woman behind him actually shouts, and everybody on the street turns to look at you, and then you are running?
Yeah, I'm running, and then when I'm out of sight from most people, I will switch to my citizen's mask.
Okay.
Which makes it harder for people to spot me.
Yes. So you take off running, and it takes a moment for the woman who's there. She first kneels down next to the man who had been shot and fallen, so she doesn't follow you immediately. And you just take off, and you pass a couple of side alleyways off of this street, and you don't pick the first one. You pick the third one. You duck into it. You look around. There's nobody in this alleyway, and you switch into your citizen's mask. There's still, you can hear like commotion on the street outside the alley. You're muted, Nicholas.
Sorry. Yeah. So I will attempt to see if I can stop running when I'm not being followed and try to blend in and then try to find my way back.
Okay, give me a...
This
is... It's going to be a sneak and crime, I'm going to say.
No. And the citizen's mask... roll with mastery when you attempted to pass yourself off as someone unimportant or beneath the attention of your target. Does that apply?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say that applies.
Yep. Thank sweet God. 2 9s.
Okay. So that's a success. So you step out of the alleyway just as there's a small group of just drow walking by the mouth of the alley. So you sort of latch onto that group just behind them, walk with them for a little bit, and then sort of casually move from one group to another group of people, blending in with the crowd. You do see behind you, you glance back, you see the woman still standing by the man who's on the ground. You now see their city guard that are there.
Yeah.
And a crowd of people gathering. And the woman is glancing around, but does not appear to see you.
I will ask one of the other people there, what appeared to have happened here?
Someone just got shot.
Just shot, just like that?
Yeah, it doesn't happen up here very often, but I'm guessing it was just some kind of duel between different drow houses here. That happens sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, can't they just keep their civil war somewhere else?
I wish I could.
I hope they catch the prick.
I like the little hesitation there too. He probably will.
Yeah, and then I will go back a little bit and then buy some, non-grilled meat to Cahosa because they were, they say, I'm not entirely sure. Does Cahosa eat
Kosa's probably one of my only characters that eats meat, isn't she? She probably likes things bloody.
Yeah,
this is so uncomfortable for me to say, but it's true.
Raw meat slabs and.
This is some intense role playing for Jess.
Dang it.
We're just gonna have a scene where you're eating like a burger, a rare burger.
There's just like a little bit of blood dripping down her cheek, and she takes like a napkin and like daintily pats it. Like,
considering how much you have enjoyed creeping us out, I mean, it's just fair.
It is really fair. It really is.
And then I will probably get some. I don't know. Subways or something, but better.
Oh, the failed idols who are now sandwich artists at the local Subway.
Yeah, Spire way.
There are sandwiches in the Silver Quarter. They're usually like roasted vegetables between like grilled. They'll grill bread around them. So you pick up the food and you're heading back?
Yeah.
Are you taking a different route back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
I figured you might be. Give me a... I'm going to say it's a... Yeah, give me a sneak and high society.
Okay. Does the mask help, or is it just...
Yeah, mask does help.
I'm changing dice. I should not have changed dice because that's a 7, but it's probably a success.
It is a success, but there is stress involved too.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh.
I'm guessing there was fallout.
Okay.
I mean, either the stress is building up somewhat fierce, or it's a fallout thing that happened.
It's a fallout thing that happened. So you're making your way back through a different route, and you're keeping an eye out because you don't know if those were the only people who were following you or not. And you're highly suspicious that they were not. You see another... This person is muscular, kind of beefy. Also wearing a mask, but a long coat. Seems to have been following you for a little while. You deliberately start taking a more indirect route back. And they seem to always be there. You're watching them, and you almost don't see in front of you a Spire guardsman. You almost run into. Says, "You there?"
Yes.
I would like to have a word, citizen.
Okay. And I will put up the bag with the sandwiches, just being very squeaky and. What can I help you with?
Were you witness to the shooting that happened here just moments ago?
No, I heard there was a shooting though. Did anyone see who did it?
There were some witnesses, yes. But I stopped you because I've seen you wandering the area away from the scene, and then I've spotted you again coming back in a different direction.
Yeah, it's, I am not used to being here.
And where are you from?
What the hell is it called? Ivory.
Ivory Row?
Yeah, Ivory Row.
I see. And why are you in the Silver Quarter?
I am visiting some friends.
Who are these friends?
Well, they are... I'm saying friends. One of them is more of a patron to us. We are I'm not entirely sure I'm allowed to say who they are. There are contracts involved.
Give me a deceive and order roll.
Oh no, I have good.
You have order, I believe.
Yeah, I have deceive as well. That's a 9.
Okay.
In your face, guard.
That'll teach you for doing your job.
Yeah.
And being clever and like surmising from someone's actions. Suspicious.
How dare.
There are contracts involved. You can't say who they are.
No. They are they're middlemen and then at the top there is a kind of. I don't want to get in trouble with the Aelfir, okay?
Let's see. Which Aelfir are you here on behalf of?
Oh. And I will be what? No, I need to remember the name.
We've met one.
I have met several.
Yep. There's the one from your bond. There's
yeah, that's
Tavir. Tavir descends from above.
Oh, that's a badass last name. Your names are
what was the name again, did you say?
Tavir descends from above.
Yeah. I will lean in and say that. Tavir descends from above. But please don't tell me. I said it. Please.
Don't worry. I won't report you to them.
And they have quite the reputation of being, sadistic fucks.
And you're not sure if the guard knows of that reputation or not, but they do say, I would rather not involve the Aelfir if we can help it here.
Yeah, the same. It's... And the reason why I went away different is, what if that person who shot them was still around? I don't... What if he's going after other people? I don't want to be...
I understand. Did you see anything?
No.
Identify the shooter?
No. When I arrived, I just saw a man on the ground and guards were around, and I didn't even know what had happened.
Understandable. All right. Carry on. Be careful.
I hope you capture the culprit.
We will.
We should be safe here. And I will steal the thing that Yes said. This isn't Red Row.
The guardsman just nods at you and waits for you to leave. He doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah. And then I will, when I arrive at the apartments, I will go into the alley because I know there are webs there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you go into the alleyway, and Kosa, you sort of get a little spidey sense, and you sense that someone has moved into the alleyway.
Literally, it's my little spidey senses.
Yep. You switch over to your sort of your view of the alleyway, and you recognize that Florentien has walked into the alleyway.
Perfect. Oh, and so the little spider in my ear whispers that?
Yes.
Because that's how it works. There's like literally a little baby spider like hanging out, like it like drops down like Charlotte from Charlotte's Web. What does it say, Jason?
The little spider in your ear just says, "Someone has entered the alley."
I like Jason's tiny spider voice. Thank you for doing that for me. Like,
you're welcome, Kosa.
And like, was this shortly after Imogen and I had been like speaking? Is it shortly after, or is this like a long time later, or?
I think it's shortly after you were speaking.
Okay.
Because a lot of time had passed before Imogen was even awake. And I think that's when a lot of this stuff happened with Florentien.
Yeah, so is it literally I'm like arriving back like with her tea now?
Yeah.
And like delivering it to her, and I'm like, oh, I think Florentien's almost back. Perfect. Just as I said. Nothing wrong at all. Everything is fine.
Have we heard anything from Torith?
No. I'm sure he'll return here when he doesn't feel like they will return here when they don't feel like being in several other places.
All right.
Florentien, are you going to come upstairs the normal way or through the fire escape?
I fire escape. I mean.
Okay. the ladder, I will say the fire escape ladders and stuff are still down because you guys used them earlier.
So I climb up and just knock on the window.
All right.
Then
I think Kosa probably lets you in because Imogen's still feeling pretty run down.
Yep. Get up from the seating area and go over to... Wait, where is the window near the seating area? Is it by the kitchen? Is he has to like climb in over the kitchen sink or like?
No, I think we had decided before this was like a window that was.
Oh yeah, it's like a walkout.
Out of like
to like a nice like whatchamacallit, like a fire escape, like one of those nice outdoor ones. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, so go and like let him in. Welcome back. How was your trip? Uneventful, I hope.
No, much happened.
Oh, hi. That's unfortunate. Are you all
I'm-
right?
I'm okay. One of the persons who were trailing me is not.
Oh, well, they probably deserved it.
Yeah, they looked real ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Wouldn't
this,
want that
like-
around here.
Are you guys like in my living room?
Yeah, I think they are.
All right, so that I can hear this.
Yeah.
But you hear the little spider voice ghost in your ear again.
Oh.
Kosa, someone else has entered the alleyway.
Just one person?
One
She's-
person.
She's saying this out loud so you would hear.
You hear Kosa's side, but
I imagine Kosa just taking her finger and like just tapping the little spider on its head. Like,
It's such a good little tiny spider.
spider,
I love you so much.
little babe.
Well, keep an eye on them. Please let me know if they're headed this way. And then turns to the others, and there is another person coming down the alleyway, it would seem.
I think if I hear you saying this, I'm gonna try to get out of bed.
I think you were on the couch, weren't you? I think we like put you like.
Was I or was I in my room?
Yeah, I don't think we felt comfortable.
I don't think we went to your bedroom. I think we laid you out on the couch.
oh yeah, that's right.
My very sterile, like.
We don't know that. We didn't go in there. It's bad enough that we went around your like living room and kitchen without your express permission.
It's not like I live here.
Oh.
I think, Imogen tries to, like, at least, like, get her feet on the floor and, like, start to stand up. Be like, we should probably do something about it.
All
Then-
right, but
Okay,
You
then I will
shouldn't-
take out my gun and reload it.
yes, that's a good idea, but you should probably just still rest, and we will keep an eye on the situation. I'm sure it's not too bad. Perhaps it's nothing.
Okay. All right.
Kosa,
Yes?
a second person has joined the first person in the alleyway.
Oh, there's more people.
They are just walking, checking out the alleyway.
All right. Are they headed in this direction?
Not yet.
Okay. So currently, it's just 2 people checking out the alleyway. They're not exactly headed here yet. Perhaps there is, an apartment for rent that's being shown? I'm sure it's fine. It could be nothing.
That doesn't really happen here. There's been a waiting list to live in this building for years. But it could be nothing.
Perhaps the one I shot live here, so now there's one available.
The real estate market is really vicious here.
The Silver Quarter does appreciate a good turnaround.
Literally, there was a real estate agent in the place where you shot that person, and they were like, whatever their cell phone equivalent is here, whipped it open, and we're like, I've got an opening!
Silver Quarter doesn't fuck around.
I mean, it sounds plausible knowing how real estate things work, so...
Definitely...
Florentien is pretty sure, though, that the person that he shot doesn't live here in the building.
Yeah.
Okay, so... well... Do you feel well enough to get up if we need to leave?
So, mechanically, yes, you're well enough to get up, but basically any task you make right now will be at a difficulty 1, so you'll lose a die. But yes, you can move. You're just in a bit of pain.
Yeah, I felt worse.
There's nothing I can do to help
I
her
got
here?
that fallout, baby.
No, you can't clear the poison. There might be, like, the hatchery might have a way of doing it, but you just don't have the supplies here.
Need to sing for some people and get rid of this.
Well, I mean, we do need to head back to the hatchery at some point anyways, so if it would be better to do that now or wait a little longer, it's all on how you feel. I don't want to upset you, Imogen.
Let me see. Megan is trying to think.
Yeah.
Because is that what we're trying to do, or are we just trying to, like...
Well, because we had to go back to the hatchery to see
Anyway.
Madame Florentien anyway, right?
Right.
We do have the thing in the box contained now, right? You said it was just like 1 poison injection?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you saw how the blade was attached to it? And
Yeah, it
you
was
could-
in the crown. It was in the mask, right?
Yep.
It was in
the edges of the mask.
That's what it was. Okay.
So it's not dangerous anymore, because I'm trying to think, like, we could either try to go out, like, sneaky sneak, or, like, Imogen has ways where she can go where, like, everyone's paying attention, and perhaps a crowd will be drawn, and then people can sneak away that way.
Yes,
But I
but
don't know.
you are hurting right now, so you should probably not do anything that's going to
I mean, yeah,
cause you further stress.
yeah.
Hosa,
Yes?
one of the people has left the alleyway.
Oh, okay.
The other remains and is just standing there.
Oh, okay. Huh. Well, good news. It's down to 1 person in the alley. Bad news. They are simply standing there appearing to be waiting for something.
I know that there are strength in numbers, but perhaps this may be a leave one at a time, meet up somewhere, and then proceed to the hatchery type of situation. I don't know these people that are following, if they know all of us or if they know just Florentien or just me or...
Well, we are already missing Torith, and I'd rather we'd not split up too much further, if possible.
Right. I mean, we could reconvene at the hatchery or near the hatchery and go to the hatchery together.
I would rather not leave you alone right now, whether that means myself or Florentine stay with you.
Right. I fear that I am not going to be able to move around here without being noticed.
If they were following me, I think it would make sense if I leave last. Or perhaps first. I mean, if I'm not with you, then you should be able to get out with less detection.
Kosa could possibly keep an eye on you. Could your little ones watch Florentine, the two of us perhaps try to move?
They can only watch so far.
And it can cover an area, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the person.
You can't bug him.
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
and I'll be right back. I have to let Mocha out.
Yeah, no worries. I'm looking for, because it basically when you go to summon sweetlings, it sends you back to Web of the Mistress, which says immediate awareness of everything in the vicinity, the area about the size of a large building. So that's why we did the alleyway.
Right.
So I can see as far as the alleyway. We could... It is only one person right now. We could attempt a distraction and have them looking away while we all exit.
Well, if they're in the back alley, we can
Perhaps
walk out the front door.
Oh.
I'm suspecting the other one is keeping a lookout at the front door.
I mean, I live here.
Yeah.
But
However, if I leave first, then the spiders would be able to tell if the person from the alley leaves. Then we know that they have a lookout and that they are following me in specific.
But then what happens after that? We don't want to lead them back to the hatchery.
No, I will have to lose them somehow.
There are plenty of places to lose somebody here. You could go into one of the casinos. They're always quite busy. They're busy places here.
Yeah.
I don't know what the best course of action is. I know that I can make people focus on me if that makes it easier for the two of you to get away, but I'm not sure there's an easy fix for this.
Yeah, no, I think they are following me, and if no matter what we do, they will probably do that. I brought this onto us. At least in this severitude, so...
Well, something was likely going to happen, and you had to go get us food. We were hungry, so it's not entirely your fault. Thank you for this food, by the way. Chomp, chomp, chomp. I understand, Imogen, that you are good at having eyes on you, I just would rather you not be alone right now, even if that means that one of us is just staying sort of following you or with you or something. And as much as I'd hate to split us up any further, if either myself or Florentien has to go separately, then I think that's the most we should possibly split. And still, I don't like it.
And you have the possibility to heal if something goes even more wrong. So I am thinking you should stay with Imogen. I will attempt to draw them out, and where should we reconvene when I have... I'm thinking we should meet before we go to the hatchery.
Perhaps by the lift.
I was thinking if they are following us in this place, perhaps we should reconvene at some other level.
Well, the hatchery's on another level, right?
The hatchery's on the middle city floor?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can meet, like, off of the lift down there.
Yeah, well, we're in the Silver Quarter right now, so either we could go down and meet on Ivory Row, which is the middle one in between, or we can go to Middle City, which is... I have the map up. I'm looking at it right now.
Like, wow.
Yeah, and the way that the hatchery sort of works, it's underneath the cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
The cathedral is technically
In Ivory Row?
in Ivory Row, yeah.
Oh.
The under section where the hatchery is technically Middle City.
Oh, there it
'cause
is, the
below it.
cathedral. I see it now. What's the middle perch?
So we can...
Perch is sort of a hanging...
Yeah, it's on the outside of Spire. It's like a city a neighborhood that hangs off of the outside of Spire.
Weird.
And it's holding up because they have trapped gods there or something. It's really, really weird.
Okay, cool. That's cool. Not gonna question it. It's totally fine. So cathedral. So wait. So we can meet on the. We can enter the cathedral from the Ivory Row. It just also extends down into Middle City because it's got that depth in it. Is what you're saying?
So we can meet in,
Yep.
Yeah. It's like in the basement of the hatchery.
Oh yeah, because.
Based on the cathedral, yeah. And the cathedral has like multi-levels of basements, and there's like just a warren underneath it of tunnels, which is where the hatchery is.
Sounds cozy. I love it. So I mean, looking at it, there's the university or the graveyard of small gods. If you want to meet there, that sounds cool. The museum, the repugnant mass. That sounds exciting.
This is putting together a tour of Spire.
These are some very cool places where we could meet, and before we go to the cathedral, if anyone wants. This little owl figure. I don't know what it is, but it's cute. We should totally hang out there.
I feel like expediency might be the way to go.
So whatever's like closest to the... Is the little triangle in the middle, is that where the lift down is?
So the little triangle means that's a human neighborhood.
Oh, no thanks.
The lift... you can actually see the lift. It's like there's sort of above and to the right of that triangle, there's the lift and the stairs.
Just above the
where it says Ivory Row. Just above the R.
Research?
There are a couple of stairs up.
Yep.
Okay, so I mean, we could just meet... Sorry. We could meet sort of just a little bit away from the lift, not towards the humans. Let's not... Away from the humans.
Yeah, but anyway, close to the lift on the other side is fine, but I'm thinking by the lift on this level means that people can have a look out and see who's meeting up by the lifts, so in a different way.
Okay, so just to catch me up, you guys you're heading to Ivory Row?
Yeah.
And you're going to meet by the lifts, like museum side or something?
Yes.
Okay, and Florentien is heading out first?
Yeah, because that means we will have, if people are following me, that means they will follow me.
In theory.
Yeah, in theory, and Kahosa will get warned if the person leaves the alleyway or something. So.
Okay, and I imagine you are not trying to be sneaky because you're basically trying to draw their attention. Okay, so you exit through the main lobby.
Yeah, I'm wearing my personal mask this time.
Okay, not the citizen's mask.
Not the citizen's mask and not my servant's mask, because the servant's mask was also worn when I shot the person. That seems a really bad thing to have at this moment.
Yeah, that's true. You exit through the lobby, and you sort of scan the area right as you step outside the door, and you spot the woman from the two who are following you.
Okay.
She is standing just around the corner, sort of leaning on the building. And she spots you too. Like you sort of lock gazes for a moment. And then you gonna just keep moving?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep moving.
Okay, you keep moving. And you note that she pulls away from the building and follows at a distance. You suspect that she knows that you know she's following you, but she's following you nonetheless.
Yeah, I'm thinking adding some insult to this.
Of course.
Tell us more.
So I'm going to head towards the Pistoliers Club.
Oh boy.
Oh, God, okay.
Oh boy.
All right, so you head there. She's still following you. The Pistoliers Club, it's not like the Halley Knights that you used to in Red Row.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's a very high-class establishment, but it's very popular with the House Quinn drow, who are the new money upstarts who are giving out titles freely. They're pretty well-off drow, and they're also involved. They're tied to the whole Civil War going on back in the drow lands. Basically, it's a place where a lot of these bravado young drow who like to duel with pistols come and hang out and try to outdrink each other and end up leading to some sort of duel almost constantly nightly there. But you can see there are a number of them that are outside the club right now. Way too loud, talking to each other in small groups. What are you going to do as you go by there?
I'm going to try to be friendly with them.
Okay. Your personal mask is which one?
The owl.
Oh, nice. All right. All right, so you go approach one of the groups of people who are standing outside the Pistoliers Club?
Yeah.
Right, you see basically there's these three foppishly dressed drow. They are not masked, but they're very fancy, but almost outlandishly fancy. One of them wearing a hat with a large feather sticking out of it. They have ruffled sleeves, and each one of them is openly carrying a pistol, which is not common, but.
Hi, have tonight's festivities started already?
Tonight's festivities are always just going.
Right, I have been out of it for a little while,
Do I know you?
Well, I don't think so. I'm not entirely sure. I used to be here a lot before, but now I've been seeking a little bit more excitement elsewhere.
Give me a deceive and high society.
Okay. Deceive. That's a 9.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Well, right now I'm just looking for some place to sit and drink, have fun, and then hopefully, some excitement later.
Well, I don't know, friend, if you can get into the Pistoliers Club, but
Why not?
they have they're pretty exclusive, the bouncers there.
Well, I should try anyway.
Oh yeah, sure. Give it a shot. But anyway, if you can't get in, there's always like the fun just spills outside. I mean, especially once if there are any duels, and there are a lot of duels, they don't have them inside the club, so they all have to be out here.
Yeah, right. It's a little bit different from down in Red Row then.
And you actually see like the one you're talking to's eyes sort of go wide a little bit, and he gets a little like pale for a drow, like a little ashen. And he says, "Oh yeah. It's a little bit different than Red Row, definitely. That's for sure."
Yeah, I was in this duel down there once, and it was. We had hardly even started to drink. This fucker just shot my glass, and it's. I mean, if you can stand it, I recommend it because the adrenaline just goes.
And you see one of the other three, not the one you were talking to, just like, "Oh, you've been in a duel in Red Row?"
Yeah.
Do they even follow the rules down there, or is it just like a free for all?
Well, there are rules, but they are more like guidelines. Mostly, you don't shoot someone in the back, though, because not as much as it's against the guidelines. It's just more boring.
And they all seem sort of like raptly paying attention to your every word here. Like, oh yeah, we got to get down there to Red Row sometime.
Yeah. Do you want to go now? I mean, I can.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if you say that there's trouble getting in, I mean, why even bother? I mean, we can just down there. You just go down and.
The three of them all sort of look at each other, and they're like, "Well," one of them's like, "Well, I really want to go down to Red Row, and I mean, we have a guide." And the other one's like, "Well, I don't know though. I mean, isn't it dangerous?" And the one you were talking to just says, "But come on, when are we gonna have a better chance?"
I heard someone just got shot quite close from here earlier today, so I mean.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. If you want to go down the Red Row, we're in.
Yeah. And also, just so you know, the guy who got shot also, made the guards be really on edge. So it might spill over into parties here as well.
Well, if we go down the Red Row, we have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. And you notice out of the corner of your eye, this whole time that you've been having this exchange with them, the person who is following you, the woman that's following you, is hanging back. She is currently now sitting on one of the benches outside the clubs, looking nonchalant, but she's watching this whole exchange. Like you catch her gazing over at you, checking in.
Yeah.
That she's not quite sure what to make of it. I'm going to just flip back to Kosa and Imogene. So Florentien is headed out. Mm-hmm. You check in with your little spider. The man in the alley is still there.
But, sorry, Jason, I just... Florentien went out the back way or the front way?
Front door.
Okay. And I only have eyes on the back.
Right.
Well, fudge.
I may have an idea.
Yes.
There are several guards, for lack of a better word, that work in this building. Perhaps I can see if I can hire us an escort. I can say that I don't feel safe having heard news that there was a shooting nearby and that I have important business and need an escort to the lift.
That does certainly seem like an option. Or you could also just send them out to investigate the mysterious figure who you are suspicious of, and we could sneak out while they are occupying them. I don't know which is...
I'm not... either would work. I'm not good at sneaking.
that
Just like cursory glance, like...
That's why I think... Well, it's simply we are already going to be a bit of a display. With another person, we will certainly be noticeable as we go. We won't be able to get to the meeting spot unseen.
But they wouldn't accompany us all the way to the meeting spot. I could just say that I would like an escort to the lift because I have somebody meeting me on the other side. I'm not unaccustomed to traveling this way, especially around here.
All right, you're right. This is your area. You know it better than myself. I will do that if that is what you want. I would prefer we did find a way to go without without being so obvious, but if you think this is the best way.
Usually they can be a little more on the subtle side. I think I should probably go change first, though.
All right.
So I'm still in all my super fancy amaranth clothes.
Hmm.
So I'm going to change it to something more subtle.
Costume
Okay.
change.
You have a vast collection of clothing, so you could find something that is relatively subtle.
Yes. Something that's not just extremely extra.
It's
still very
90...
nice.
It's still extra and it's still very nice, but it's just a little less eye-catching.
Is 90% of Imogene's house just wardrobe?
Oh, that's like, she's got the 2 bedrooms, and one bedroom is just a very large closet, and the other one is just where the bed stays.
All right, so tell me what you pick out for a subtle outfit for Imogene.
Okay. Let me think. I think we're gonna go, so it's, so subtle. All right, so I think it's black. All right, I've got, so it's black, like off the shoulder, has like big, like billowy sleeves that are like tight at the wrist. So it's just like the big, like poofy sleeves, like tight to the waist, and then just like a plain, delicate, like tulle skirt. But it's like there's like a lot of like black on black embroidery. So like if you're up close, you can tell like this is very, very well done. But just from the back, it just looks like a flowy bohemian-esque type black dress.
Got it. All right. So Imogene gets changed.
Hang on. BRB.
So you do know that the apartment that you're in does have some people who are, I mean, they don't say they're guards, but they are sort of just hired to, they're like doormen.
Right.
But they look a little bit imposing.
Mm-hmm.
But they are not usually meant to go off and escort tenants, but you can be persuasive.
Let's see what my spells are. All right, so I'm going to, as part of my getting ready, I'm going to use my Majesty ability.
Okay.
And it means that for the next minute or so, which maybe that's not going to work because it's a minute. So maybe I won't do that. Yeah, nope, because it's going to take longer than a minute to travel there, so never mind. I got you, stupid mosquito. Yeah. Is there anything I can do to make it easier on me? All right. No. Okay. We'll just go because it's gonna take longer. So I'll go and I'll just go. Oh. I'm trying to think if talking to the doorman that I talked to before would be a good thing or a bad thing. Is it like a stop asking me for things? Yeah, I would like to find a different doorman, if possible, than the one that I talked to when the person was following us the first time.
So you go down to the lobby, and I'm guessing Coast is going with you.
Yeah.
And you look around there. There's one doorman who is on duty as is normal, but you also notice that there's like the break room off of the lobby, and you see two gentlemen in there who are sometimes doormen, sometimes help around the apartment building.
All right, is the break room is it open?
Yes. Okay. The door is open to it.
Kosas, stay right here. I'm going to go get us someone, and I'm gonna walk over to the break room and just very gingerly knock outside the door frame, just as a I am here.
The two drow who are in the break room sort of turn around and look at you, and you've seen them before around. They're regular employees here. Yeah. They are pretty clean cut. They're not wealthy or successful drow, but there's a certain image that has to be maintained.
Right.
But they're currently off duty, so they're a little more relaxed than usual. And they just turn and face you. Oh, Imogene.
Yes, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I'm afraid I'm in a bit of a pinch and was hoping that somebody would be able to help me.
We'll look at each other. What sort of trouble are you in?
So, and I think I'm gonna take a step forward, into the break room and get close. But I heard that there was a shooting outside. Now I have a very important appointment that I need to get to, but I'm a little worried to walk all the way to the lift on my own. I was hoping that somebody would be able to escort my attendant and I to the lift. Somebody is waiting for me on the other side, but I just, with everything going on, don't feel very comfortable traveling alone.
Give me a compel in high society.
-1, right?
Yes.
All right, well, I still get 2, so 2 8s.
Nice. Okay. So the two of them look at each other again as you say this.
I'll be
and
be compensated for your time.
So first one of them says, "Oh yeah, I'll help you out," and the other one says, "Well, no, I got this. You can stay here." And now they are kind of going back and forth between each other. And one's like, "No, seriously, I have nothing going on. My day is totally open right now. I can take you down there." And the other one's, "No. You stay. They might need you here. I'm not even set to be on duty for the rest of the day. I can take you down." And now they're just going back and forth between each other as you're standing there.
Gentlemen, I appreciate the kind offers, but I am on somewhat of a time crunch. Should you both want to come, I wouldn't say no to a little extra muscle. You will both be compensated for your time, I assure you.
You're asking them to leave the building unmanned? I love it.
There's one guy on duty.
The one guy who's on duty.
Oh, okay.
These guys are on break.
Okay.
This is overtime.
Okay.
I mean, Sure, I guess we can both go.
Oh, thank you so much. You have no idea how much this settles my anxiety. Thank you so much. Are you all right if we were to leave now?
Sure. We don't have anywhere to be yet.
Oh, wonderful. My associate's just waiting out in the lobby, and we can get going.
All right, let's go.
While Kosa was waiting out there, are there like, can she be like looking for anyone out the front? Is it?
You can. And so you still have all your senses of the alleyway. Mm-hmm. So you can sense that there's that one person still in the alleyway, mm-hmm. and they are occasionally moving around the building, but they keep returning to the alleyway.
Okay.
And you look out and you don't see them from the lobby right now, but then a moment later you sense that they're back in the alleyway.
Okay.
Interesting.
Now there's only one of them, they're spread a little bit thin.
And there's no one out front otherwise? Like there's no...
Not that you notice.
Okay. Then can I, like, when Imogene comes back, can I time it so that it's, like, right when they start to head back to the back? So it'll be the longest amount of time until they come to the front again? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you
might have to stall Imogene a little bit just to get the timing right.
Yep.
So Imogene comes back into the lobby with two like, clean-cut drow gentlemen.
Because these lovely gentlemen have offered to escort us to the lift.
Wonderful. How very kind of you. We just need to wait just 1 minute. Just one little minute, and then we'll go. When I feel the time is right. Right, Imogene? Do you not? I was hoping this was like... No, Imogene?
Of course, I know that your nerves are very unsettled right now. So once you feel a little more calm and safe, knowing that we do have two very capable gentlemen to help us, then we will be able to leave.
Yes, that is exactly right. I am very delicate, and I certainly need this moment to just compose myself, to even step outside this building.
It's like, and I'm good.
And the one of the drow gentlemen or whatever says, I'm so sorry that you're shaken up by the events earlier.
Well, this isn't the kind of thing that you expect to happen up here. That's down Spire nonsense. Nothing that happens here.
Yes, I heard there was blood and all that. Disgusting. I am utterly off-put by all of this.
High Society Kosa is my favorite Kosa. Can you imagine?
Well, I can assure you that nothing like that would happen here in the building. You are all very safe here.
Oh, all thanks to you and your compatriots. I've never felt unsafe living here. That's why I value my place in this building very much.
And Imogene, who is your friend? And one of the two gentlemen sort of does a small bow in front of Kosa. Says, "I'm Ursolo."
This is a good friend of mine, Kosa. We know each other from several years back. We meet up every now and again just to catch up with how our lives are going and everything. And of course, our meeting this year has landed on quite an unfortunate day, it seems.
Yes, I almost never leave the house, and then to hear that this has happened, it's just horrible. I may never leave the house again.
And just as you say that, the little spider in here says, "The man has entered the alleyway again."
Now, I feel good. We should now.
Oh, of course. Gentlemen, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. And you leave. And as you leave the front, you don't see anyone out of the ordinary. I mean, you don't have as good an eye for this as Florentien does, but nothing leaps out at you. And you do know that there's still that guy in the alleyway that your spiders are still sensing. So you are heading to the lift?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to jump back to Florentien. Florentien, you have a band of like bravados with pistols who you have convinced to go to Red Row.
Future corpses.
I'm anxious to hear how this is going to go. I think you're muted.
Of course I do. I have plans. They will fail, but I have.
All right, so tell me how this is going.
I am. The first thing I'm thinking about is do we pass the woman?
Yes. She's still sitting on that bench. And
Then I will go and bow a little bit and go, ma'am, when I pass. And then I will take my entourage to the lift. And we will go down towards the Red Row.
Okay. You get into the lift with your entourage, and you notice that the woman sort of jumps into the lift just before it's going to close and squeezes in with you. There are, besides your little entourage, yourself and this woman, there are like 2 people in the lift.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's this awkward, long moment as you're going down the lift where the person who's following you is in the lift with you.
Well, I will, cock the head and look at her.
The owl face.
Yeah, the owl face.
Nice day.
So, do you want to get them to... do you want something else before we go into the clubs?
Are you asking?
Yeah,
them?
I'm asking the entourage.
Your entourage.
Yeah.
They're like, I've never been to Red Row.
You should be a little bit careful. But on the way to where I used to hang out, there is Threadneedle Square. I'm sure
that sounds exciting.
It is. You can find all sorts of fucked up shit there.
Oh, I'm in. Let's go.
Oh boy. I need to look up in the Spire book. Find drugs.
It's always a good session when that's a search term in the Spire book.
Yeah.
But yeah, the woman, she did just briefly make eye contact with you and just said, "Oh, nice day," and then she's just gone back to looking casual, like she's thinking about something.
Yeah. And you, ma'am, you don't look like you enjoy Red Row that much.
Oh, how would you know that?
You're far too clean.
I have some business down there.
Well, if the business takes you somewhere close to where we're going, feel free to, look us up.
Sure. And the three entourage people are all sort of chatting and joking to each other, and they're very like excitedly joking around, and they're saying, Threadneedle Square. I'm really curious what we can get there.
Well, you can get Dagger.
Ooh.
It will. It's really good for the adrenaline, but it's also bad because of all the adrenaline. It's
and most of these things that you can get at Threadneedle Square, they also get them up here in Silver Quarter. It's just that it's more from the source down in Threadneedle Square. Yeah, so I think we skip ahead to the lift reaches Red Row.
Yeah.
And lets off, and it opens up, and the three people in your entourage actually kind of shove their way out of the lift onto the streets of Red Row even before you get out of the lift.
Yeah.
They are that excited. The woman hangs back for a moment.
I'm so sorry, ma'am, that you got pulled into this clusterfuck of a day, but I'm sure we will all enjoy it. No, I will.
She just gives you like a deadpan look. And you're leaving the lift?
Yeah, I'm going with the entourage.
And shortly after you leave the lift, the woman exits the lift. She starts to move off in another direction, but slowly.
Yeah.
So where are you? Are you taking them to Threadneedle Square?
Yes.
Okay.
I have things I need to get there.
That's frightening. Okay, you've been here before. You return to Threadneedle Square. It's the same, like, burnt out ruin of a building. And in what used to be the court, or probably was the main internal space of this building. This is now like just a shell. Are various groups of people, very all shady looking, milling about. There are transactions happening.
I will. What is there something specific you guys want to indulge in? I can help you point out where to go.
Oh, now you're gonna make me open the book.
Page 105.
All right, thank you.
But can you use the book to search the term drugs?
Yeah.
Not the physical book, but they say, can you get glimmer here?
Oh yeah. And you can get it from that guy. Try not to, and I will point at one of them. I would, since this is the first time, try not to push the prices too much. I mean, a little bit is customary, but don't push your luck.
Oh, okay. And the three of them all sort of go over to this person that you indicated. What are you doing here?
I am looking for ambrosia.
Okay.
I am it's in heavy demand from both high-ranking members of the Solar Cathedral and any number of unhinged down Spire zealots.
Yep. So give me an investigation plus crime roll.
Okay. We are rolling 2 dice now. Whoa, that's a 10.
Okay. So you sort of look around the area, and you're studying the different groups of people in Threadneedle Square, and you see one who has that sort of spaced out look. Someone who probably knows where they can get ambrosia.
Yeah.
And you're pretty sure you found the right person.
Hi there. You got
Hey,
anything to sell?
what are you looking for?
Ambrosia.
Yeah, I've got some. How much
Well,
are you looking for?
I'm thinking 2 doses. You have a way to, get it into your system that's not, that's a little bit faster.
Well, I mean, you could inject it. I'm not sure I recommend that, but
Perhaps a smaller dose then when you do that, right?
probably. I don't know. I don't take it that way.
Yeah, it's one of my friends are having a hard time getting it the normal way, so I was thinking be a friend and all that, but
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
yeah, I
So
will.
two doses.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna look for a syringe.
that is super easy to find in Threadneedle Square. I mean, it's literally half the name of the square. So give me a boy. Is this commerce or crime? I think this is probably crime. Let's see, what skill would this even be? I'm gonna say give me a compel plus crime roll.
Okay, we're still down on 2 dice. That's a 6.
Okay. So you're negotiating with this ambrosia dealer, and he's insistent. This is good. The good stuff.
Yeah, I hope so. Only the best stuff for my friends, I mean, otherwise I just, go and get fucking glimmer or something.
So what do you have to give me for it? And I'm just going to tell you that. So you suffered some silver stress.
Yeah.
No fallout, but basically you're paying a decent price for this.
Well, I assume favors is a little bit out of the question. You want something more substantial, right?
Yeah, I don't know you.
How about this? And I will pull up my dueling pistol and hand it over by the pipe.
His eyes go wide. That will do. All right. And he hands over the 2 doses, and he throws in a syringe.
And I'm not being coy about this, so I mean, it's just,
Yeah, that koi isn't really especially necessary in Threadneedle Square or in Red Row in general.
Yeah. In this case, it's more like this is the pistol I used to shoot the woman's associate. So I'm trying to make sure that she sees this.
Excellent. Okay. Are you looking for her when you do this?
No, I'm trying not to, but I'm also trying to make sure that if she has her eyes on me, she will see it.
And you assume that she probably does.
Yeah.
But yeah, he hands over the 2 doses and a syringe.
Yeah.
Well, good doing business with you.
Likewise. And if I would appreciate if you don't pawn the gun immediately. I might be able to, pay it off in a day or 2.
Okay. I can hold on to it for a little bit.
And if I don't come back, I mean, it's
mine.
Go wild. You have the church there.
Yeah, those guys are crazy.
Yeah. That's the stories I could tell.
And just as you say that, you hear a gunshot.
Yeah.
You spin around, and it's your entourage. And one of your entourage, not the one that you were usually talking to, but one of the other ones, is currently like kneeled in the dirt, clutching their stomach. And the dealer that they were talking to has got this like ratty looking hacked together jury rig pistol that's smoking.
I told you guys, take it the fuck easy. I will.
And the other 2 are like, oh my god, he needs help. Can anyone help him? And they're like they're shouting around, and nobody in Threadneedle Square is even like paying attention to them. In fact, people are starting to walk away from the entourage.
Right. Grab a hold of him. I will pull him up a little bit.
Yeah, he's been shot in the stomach.
Yes, so we will try to lift him up a little bit and see. And can we make a makeshift? I'll take some cloth and just wrap around him.
Yeah, the other 2 in the entourage are starting to like tear up their clothes a little bit to wrap around the wound.
Yeah.
It looks extremely painful.
Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily lethal, but it depends on how soon he could get help.
Yeah. Do I know about the place where they treat gunshot wounds around here?
Yes, you do. You are familiar enough with gunshots in Red Row.
Yeah.
There is a doctor. I use that term very loosely.
Yeah.
They are part doctor, part organ harvester. But yeah, it could work.
I know where to go. Bring him along. Try not to, spill too much of him out on the floor.
Okay. Yeah. Shit, we didn't even get the glimmer.
You don't need any now.
Yeah. I guess that's for the best.
Yep.
All right, and you're heading to the doctor?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say we're gonna take a break now before we go to see the doctor. I think this is a good place for a break.
Sounds like a good plan. Everything is going really, really well.
Yep, this is going about as expected when you bring like 3 people who have never been to Red Row.
Yeah.
So far, it's going better than expected. So.
I mean, I'm enjoying it. Anyways, we will be back in a few minutes, so thank you everyone who's been hanging out. Go get yourself a drink, go get yourself a snack. We'll be back here in a few minutes. Get up and stretch, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye.
They will survive. No.
Save these boys.
Well, 2 of them probably will survive, maybe.
Save these boys.
Hi, we're back. Totally ready to see what trouble Florentien gets his new boy crew up into. His new boy band. What's the name of Florentien's boy band? It's like the Pistoliers or something like that.
Oh yeah.
The new Backstreet Boys, because you know.
Oh my god.
The Threadneedle Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boys.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to take them to the doctor?
Yeah.
All right. So nearby, there's a place called Dr. Stitch's Shack. Dr. Stitch is the aforementioned doctor.
Sounds legit.
Yep, it's very legit, like everything else at Red Row. But yeah, this one's bleeding. They've sort of wrapped him in improvised bandages, which are like turning a deep red. And you kind of all limp over to this ramshackle metal shack. It's leaning slightly, and it looks like put together with random scrap from places in Red Row. And it's just got a sign out front with like the it's like a medical cross symbol, but it's just like sloppily painted on a metal sheet.
Doc, you're in, and I will.
Yeah. What? And the door opens and half falls off the hinges as it opens, and the doctor's not even fazed by that. He just sort of grabs it, puts the door like aside.
Yeah, I was thinking, have I been here before? That means that I would probably, when it opens, I would probably catch it, and then, you know.
Okay, yep. Yeah, I'll say you've been here before. I mean, being a member of the Hellionites, a number of them end up here at some point or another.
I probably have been a patient here as well.
It's entirely possible.
But
So
yeah, I want this, you know, that this thing falls off and I catch it. And I mean, it sort of enforces the whole, this place is really, really fucked up for my posse.
okay. So yeah, you sort of catch the door and help him move it aside. So Doc Stitch is interesting. He's an older drow, kind of bent over, hunched over. He is not dressed in like a medical lab coat. He is just dressed in a patchwork cloak. So he's got a cloak hanging off of it. It is patched from like 8 million different things. And then he's got these very utilitarian overalls underneath it with pockets, and there are all kinds of instruments and tools, and some of them look bladed and sharp and serrated, just sticking out of these pockets. He has hair that is just sort of going in every sort of direction. And the other interesting thing about him is his skin is very scarred. He's got scars everywhere that you can see, and you imagine he's got many scars that you can't see.
A friend of theirs. I will.
Oh my, that looks kind of bad.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, come on in.
It was one of those, you know, homemade guns. So.
Ooh, all right, yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, come on.
Bring him in. And they drag him inside. Eyes are all wide, and they're looking around, and everything in here is sketchy and dirty. It is not what they are used to from the Silver Quarter. And they seem to be looking for a place to put their wounded comrade or whatever, and they can't seem to find any place they would set him down. And Doc Stitch just knocks a bunch of stuff off of a metal table that looks like a workshop table. Up here, get him up here. And they put him up on the table. Oh yeah, that looks really painful. And I got something for the pain. And he rummages through his pack, and he pulls out a syringe with a cap on it, and he just like shoots a little bit out of the syringe, and it's this like strange orange liquid. Don't worry, this will make you feel moderately better.
It's cheese, isn't it?
It's easy cheese. No.
Cheese makes you feel a lot better.
And well, yeah, but maybe not injected into you.
Yeah, no.
It is the two other silver quarter bravados or whatever. They look very hesitant about this orange stuff being injected in their friend. Their friend is too far wounded and injured to even notice. And before anyone can stop him, the doctor just jabs his shoulder with it and squeezes it and injects this stuff into him.
You shouldn't be worried. I mean, that thing is probably better than half of the things out there on Threadneedle.
Yeah, that's that. He is absolutely correct there. My services are definitely a step up, maybe 2 steps up above anything in Threadneedle. So before I jump into this, and he's looking kind of bad, but before I jump in, I got to talk to you about how we're gonna work this out.
Well, you guys didn't pay for any drugs, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. How much does it cost? And Doc Stitch is like, oh, well, my services are kind of negotiable here. We don't have any hard prices. There's no sort of menu to pick from. But I mean, the more you pay, the better the quality of service for your friend. It's very important. And they just start rummaging through their pockets and taking out silver coins, which are not seen very often in Red Row, but back in the Silver Quarter, more standard. And they start dropping like all these coins on the work bench / surgery table next to their friend. And Doc Stitch is like, oh yeah, all right, yep. Okay, yeah, that I can get started. And he's just sort of, before he gets started, he's just brushing all these coins into the same bag that he pulled the syringe from. So now there's a bunch of jingling coins in there also. How comfortable are the whole lot of you with blood?
Well, we all have it, doesn't we?
The two other friends are like backing away and looking kind of squeamish. Well, okay, you two might want to step outside then.
I think I need to go outside to make sure these people don't get, the welcoming wagon. And I'll point to the guy on the table.
All right. Yeah, wait outside. I will take care of your friend. You step outside.
When I'm still inside and before I step out,
mm-hmm.
I will fill my own syringe.
Okay.
Not fully, because that seems like a bad idea, considering what I was told.
Okay. So you fill it partially with the ambrosia.
Yeah, and then I hide it in the pocket.
Okay. You step outside and you sort of move the door so that it sits over the opening a little bit, which you gather was probably a good idea because only a few moments after you do so, there are loud screams from inside Doc Stitch's shack.
If we look at this the positive way, you have a hell of a story to tell up there, though.
Is he gonna live?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've been in here. I was just hitting the shoulder, though, but it works.
Okay. I'm not really enjoying Red Row as much anymore.
Yeah, we should probably head up when he's stitched up.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I mean, I appreciate the you being a guide and everything, but yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't have stepped away. I mean, it's my bad.
Yeah, it's all okay. And that, right as he says that, is punctuated by more screams from inside. And something that sounds like a motorized, like, instrument of some sort. You hear a motor rev up.
This is the bad idea.
And they're just like, the two of them are just cringing, and they, like, one of them is actually covering his eyes, even though you can't see anything anyway. So, some time passes. I don't know if you, while you're awkwardly standing outside Doc Stitch's shack. And then the door opens, slides, is pulled open again. And Doc Stitch is there. His overalls are covered in blood. Your friend's gonna be okay, I think.
He's movable?
Yeah, he's movable. I mean, not under his own power right now.
Yeah, but he at least, can survive a elevator ride.
Yeah. Definitely 80% chance he can survive an elevator ride. Oh yeah, hang on. And he reaches into the pocket, one of the pockets on his overalls, and pulls out this like jagged, flattened bullet. It's just like a slug of lead. And he's a souvenir?
Sure.
He hands it over to you.
Do you think he would want to keep this as a memorial?
I mean, he's also going to have a nasty scar, so but maybe he wants more than one souvenir.
Yeah, I was asking his friends.
Oh, his friends are just like dumbfounded. They're just like, sure, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I would recommend, you get a sort of wear it like a sort of medallion. I mean, you can pull it out and look what I had in me in Red Row.
They just both look at you and, can we go now?
Yeah. Come on, let's pick up our friend and be off.
So you go and grab your friend. He is also covered in blood. But he has, like, his clothing is also all torn up and shredded. But he has like this, he's wrapped, his whole abdomen is like, stomach is wrapped in bandages. Yeah, and he is unconscious.
Yeah. Let's carry him to the elevator then. We should probably stop in Ivory Row. We might need to buy some new clothes to him or something, so that
Well, friend, we're gonna just head back up to Silver Quarter.
Okay.
Yeah. We appreciate you like hanging out and taking us down here. Yeah.
Okay.
And Doc Stitch just yells from his shack. He says, "All right, have fun. Good luck. Don't get shot on your way out of Red Row. If you do, just come right on back." And they're just dragging their friend, like they have him.
Yeah.
Weekend at Bernie style.
Yeah.
Dragging him away. You're gonna take the lift back up to Ivory Row. Are you gonna meet your friends?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna switch back to them, who have no idea what is happening in all this chaos. Um,
Going well.
yeah. So you have your 2 guards,
Hell yeah.
and you have no incident getting to the lift in Silver Quarter. No sign of that person following you. You don't think they caught you leaving, or if they did, they were too late to find you. The two gentlemen you have with you are, you can tell they're trying to look a little bit tougher than they usually do, like they're trying to impress you. But there hasn't been a single incident at all. But hey, they look tough. They get you to the lift and they say, "Oh yeah, no problems at all. See, count on us."
Oh, thank you so much. And I'm gonna go and like shake their hands, but do like the 2-hand hand squeeze and just be like, thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to both of us.
Yeah, well, I hope you get wherever you're going safely. Yeah, and we'll see you around the apartment sometime.
Oh, of course, yes. Probably later today.
And that one who had sort of introduced himself to Kosa, looks at you and says, "It was very nice meeting you."
Yes, thank you so much. We most certainly couldn't have walked here on our own faculties. We very much appreciate that your big, strong manliness got us here. Thank you.
Anytime you want to come back and visit your friend Imogene, we're probably around.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Rolo.
Yeah,
That
you're
wasn't
welcome.
his name.
All right. It was actually part of his first name, but hey, that's not.
Yeah, she doesn't.
He takes it in stride.
She doesn't care.
Yeah, so she does not.
Nope.
Yeah. All right.
Mhm.
See you there. Bye.
Yes,
And
bye.
they wander off. So you're at the lift.
Yep. Let's go to Ivory Row.
All right. You head down to Ivory Row.
I hope that Florentien's trip was equally as simplistic.
I have a feeling it wasn't, but I also have a feeling that he can handle himself well enough.
Hmm.
So you get the red row, and you're out. Or sorry, no, you don't get the red row. You get the ivory row.
Nope. Nope.
The ivory row, and you step off the lift, and you kind of hang out on the museum side of the area near the lift.
Mm-hmm.
You're glancing around. There's no sign of Florentine.
Of course not. Camera's not focusing.
You just have the soft focus now for Imogene.
Yeah. Everything's airbrushed. We've been waiting a while. If we were to go to the hatchery, could you set up a cordon here like you had back at my apartment to maybe alert us should he arrive?
Am I able to do that again so shortly after?
Believe you can.
I think so. Sorry, I moved from that page to the drugs page because it was just very interesting and I wanted to know all about the drugs. There's a lot of drugs in Spire. Damn. Here we go. Midwife. There we go. I made it. Page 62. I just have to remember that. Yeah, I just have to roll plus occult. Compel plus occult is what it says. And I have... Oh, I don't have compel? Well, shit.
You have a cult?
I have occult. I'm very occult.
Roll that beautiful beam footage.
Yes. Let's try and ask the spiders nicely if they want to hang out here. Hopefully this isn't too dumpy a spot for them.
Pretty please.
Woohoo! I got a spider.
Yeah,
Nice.
spider dice.
So yes, you tell me how you summon your little sweetlings.
Well, I look inside my jacket and start whispering sweet words. I just like kind of open it up and I'm like, darlings, I'm sorry if you were sleeping. Would you mind doing us a favor and just staying here? We're waiting for Florentien, but he certainly is taking his time. Would really appreciate it if you would just stay here and keep an eye out for him, please.
And the little spider crawls up into your ear. It says, Miss Cahosa, we will keep an eye out in this area for you.
Thank you so much.
Spiders just start crawling out of your sleeves
Yes.
all along the area.
It's not weird.
No, it's not weird at all.
And they start spinning webs all along this area.
Mm-hmm.
And you can cover an area the size of a large building, so
Yeah. So
chances are
so
they'll catch sight of Florentien.
Yeah, so basically I'll just do all around the lift.
Okay.
Kind of a building's worth of spiders and spider webs outside of the lift. And some of them are doing that really cute thing from Charlotte's Web where they just make the webs and they floof up into the air.
Yeah.
And then just like attaching to anything that they can like attach to. This just
Little babes.
Yeah, the sweet little spider babes. They're just they're just settling themselves in, getting comfortable.
Yep, so they spin their webs around, and you've got this area covered now.
I'll tell them
But
all
yes,
how
still
cute
no
they
sign
are.
of Florentien yet. Oh. Thank you, Miss Cosa.
They're so good. I love them so much. Okay, now we should go.
Yes.
Imogen, are you feeling all right, darling? Are you doing okay? How's
Yes.
your...
I'm good.
As soon as we get there, you should probably sit down, and I'll make you another cup of tea.
All right. I feel okay. Just a little sleepy.
Okay. All right.
But no. Let's get to the hatchery, and once we're there and we know that we're secure, then we can deal with Madame Faye or Onion, and then deal with whatever it is that's going on with me.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Okay, so you head down to the hatchery. Again, no particular incidents or anything crosses your path on your way there. And you know all the back entrances to the hatchery area. And you lead Imogen in. And the hatchery is as you remember it. They're the tunnels. Your familiar home. And you catch sight of some of the midwives just moving through the tunnels.
Does anyone stop us, or are we good to like just make our way down?
You're good to make your way down.
I do like stop someone near the entrance if there's anyone there, and just tell them that we're waiting on Florentien and to make sure to keep an eye out and send him down if he arrives quickly as soon as possible, etc.
We will do that.
It's very important.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so you are in the hatchery. What's your first order of business?
Do we want to wait for Florentien before we go talk to the madam, or do we want to go talk to the madam right away?
Yeah, I guess it's just the two of us. Do we want to wait for... We could go... No, we can't, like, wrap you up in a full cocoon. That takes too long.
But you could get Imogen treated.
Yeah,
for her
I was thinking we
poison.
could... Yeah, we could take you to the hatch healthery? I don't know.
The hatchery infirmary.
Yes, that.
But you could take her to some of the midwives who
Yes.
you know personally have more knowledge of poisons.
Yes, please. Would like to do that. Since we're here, and Florentien is not yet, we might as well go take care. I know you say you're alright, but you look a bit pale, and I would rather we go and see.
She always looks a bit pale.
Like dark white.
More so.
I mean, if we really need to talk to the madam, but if you insist, I guess I won't try to argue with you.
Yes, well, we should at least give Florentine a chance to catch up first, so. 2 birds, 1 stone. I was debating to say something else.
2 spiders, 1 stone.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, but I don't want to squish
That's
spiders.
true. That's true. You don't want to squish spiders.
It's 1 spider.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. I was debating. 1 really big spider.
Okay, so you take her to one of the midwives who you know is particularly knowledgeable in herbal antidotes and remedies.
Mhm.
And yeah, let's see. What is her name? Her name is Estella.
Ooh. That's a good name.
Mm-hmm.
Midwife Estella. Sister Estella. So Sister Estella, you takes Imogene off into this side cavern. She is a she's a woman who's just kind of soft around the edges in general. Just a very pleasant, matronly sort. A very stereotypical midwife, you would think. And she has her hair all wrapped up in a bun above her head. So your friend was poisoned?
Yes, through no fault of her own at all.
Well, I'm not asking you questions, and I'm not here to interrogate you, but do you have a sample of the item that poisoned her?
Yes, I have, and I'll take out the mask, like the box with the mask.
And had you guys removed the blade, I believe.
I'm
We definitely did.
pretty sure we did.
So you still have it though, I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
I think you got rid of it.
because what were we gonna do?
Yeah.
I just tossed it in my trash in my apartment. No, yeah, we probably, because I mean, yeah, it's a good illustrative point when we're showing Madame Florentien the trouble we saved her.
Yeah, no, we're definitely like we definitely would have kept it. Yeah, as a like example or like proof or
Here you
Whatever.
go.
Okay. She examines the blade, and she takes something like a scalpel and she starts scraping some traces of something off of the blade. Let me see if I can find out what the poison is exactly. But in the meantime, if you want to sit here, and she turns around and grabs a jar, that when she turns back to you, you can see it's full of leeches. These will help. We have to draw the poison blood out of you.
It's not going to leave any lasting marks, is it?
They will heal. And we have some options about where to apply the leeches.
All right.
And she starts taking out maybe like half a dozen leeches. I don't know where Imogene wants to put the leeches.
Just nowhere, like, in case there are scars, like, she's a performer, so just, like, nowhere that could be.
on the bottom of your feet.
Yeah, or even just, like, stomach, even, probably, or back, but not, like, high back, like, yeah, just, like,
Like, because you always wear like cocktail dresses, like you always
Yeah.
wear like.
exactly.
So yeah, you have options.
So you could lay on your stomach and like put the leeches
Yeah.
on your back. All right. So she sort of applies the leeches. She says, I will be back. And she leaves the room, leaving two of you in there with half a dozen leeches.
It's just us two and half a dozen leeches.
But enough about my fan fiction. I'm really sorry about all this.
No, it's quite all right. It was going to happen in some way, shape, or form. It is unfortunate it happened to you, but luckily we were able to stop the process, and now we are removing the poison, and you should be fine.
Yeah. Whatever fine means, but I guess if I can stop feeling so achy, then I guess that's a win. And like I said, better me than perhaps the madam wouldn't have withstood it as well.
Yes, I mean, I agree and I don't in that I don't particularly care for her, but she seems to be the right one we seem to have discovered, and I suppose best not to poison her, but also I'd rather it not be you. I can't decide, really. Who I would have... It's very nice that you did take that stabbing for her, but don't know how much she deserved it, but also she would have been right in the hatchery, so perhaps she could have been alright. It's really... We don't know. What happened, and it's done now, and you're getting leached and cleaned, and it's fine.
And the sister returns shortly later. And she has a mug of something. And she says, "That was a very nasty poison. I don't see it very often. It comes from special plants that don't grow in Spire typically."
Sister?
Yeah.
These are plants that do not grow in Spire? Do they grow to the north, you might say?
They do. These plants are usually found in the Althir lands.
Mm-hmm. That is interesting to note. Are you familiar with when the last time, is there a famous time these were ever used or anything like that? Any stories of note we should hear?
Well, I don't really have any stories of note that, like I said, these aren't this poison isn't particularly common, though it has had more of an uptick since the Althir occupation of Spire. I do believe that they've brought a number of the plants over from their lands to Amaranth, where they grow them in their gardens. But fortunately, I have seen just enough cases of its use here since the Althir arrived that I have a antidote. And she hands you this mug of lukewarm liquid. It's like
appealing.
Not really a tea, but
Okay, I guess I drink it.
you awkwardly drink it while the leeches are on your back.
Yeah, I like shimmy to like the edge of like a table, so like my top half's hanging off the table, and I can just.
You drink it. It is not tasty.
I did not expect it to be.
But if it works, it works. And she, while you finish drinking it, she removes the leeches, and she puts them in just not the same jar they came from, but in a box.
In a bad leech box.
In the leech timeout box. You should feel considerably better soon.
Okay. Thank you very much for your help.
I'm not here to pry, but that blade the poison was on, and that poison. Are you in some serious trouble?
I don't think so. Not yet, at least.
You're very fortunate that Cahoso was with you.
Really?
Very few survive that poison.
I'm just gonna look at Kosa and yeah. I was very, very lucky that she was there to help.
All right, well, I've done everything I can. You should start to feel better soon. If you don't, you know where to find me. She looks over at Kosa.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Estella. We very much appreciate it. Thank you, and also thank your wonderful leeches. They've done a fine job.
They are quite good. They help a lot. And she takes her box with the leeches and she leaves the room.
Fine leeches, those ones.
I would like to not meet them in such a capacity again, but yes, they have served a very fine purpose.
Time will tell how leech-free your future is.
I just want to say that's foreshadowing, just because it'd be fun foreshadowing.
Well,
Only you can prevent poison crown touching.
I mean, there is a part of Spire that has lots of leeches, so who knows? I didn't have any plans for that, but...
No! That's not what I meant!
no,
It was supposed to be more of like a mom...
stop touching things.
Yeah, stop touching things, you!
Next time you go to touch something, just imagine Kosa in your head going, "Stop touching things."
Not even, just remember leeches. This is how you get leeches. Do you want leeches?
This is how you get leeches.
This is how you get leeches.
It's like, this is how you get ants, but worse.
Unfortunate.
Yep.
Well, any word from your lookouts?
Have I heard anything?
I'm going to say that as you ask that question, you hear the spider. Miss Kosa?
Mm-hmm.
I think your friend has arrived.
That's excellent news. Thank you so much. You have all done a fine job. I very much appreciate it.
You're welcome. We will continue to keep an eye on the area.
Perfect. Keep an eye out for any shady dealings and such.
We'll try our best.
Thank you.
Florentien,
Yes, he's on his way.
you take the lift up to Ivory Row from Red Row.
Yeah.
And the woman got in the lift with you.
Okay. I will stab her with the syringe.
All right.
I didn't even realize, but I should have known, I feel like.
I don't know what I expected, Doc.
Yeah, seriously. Like, there it is.
Yeah.
Give me I'm gonna say this is sneak because it's not really an attack. I guess you're trying to be stealthy about it.
Yeah.
Give me a sneak plus crime.
Yeah, because there's other people in this elevator, right?
There are, yep. So you don't just want to go stabbing her with a syringe.
Oh my lord.
Do my one eye open applies? I don't think so, though.
I don't know.
Any weapon you carry has the surprising tag, which means I roll with mastery the first time I use it.
Yeah, I will say that applies then. It's not really a weapon, but it's an improvised weapon, I guess, in this case. It's definitely surprising.
Guess what I rolled? It's a 10.
Oh.
Like, that can go either way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure whether you meant like a 1 or a 10.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like my dice would like us when I, do mayhem and drugs. So this.
Yeah, so you sort of slyly take the syringe and just jab her quickly and inject it.
Yeah.
She sees you do it. I mean, what she feels like a syringe, jab her.
Yeah.
She looks down at it, looks back up at you.
This is nothing personal.
You're going to regret that.
I'm sure I do. I already feel a wave of regret just washing over me.
And then the lift stops and the lift attendant says, Ivory Row.
Until next time, miss. And I will walk out.
She doesn't leave the lift with you. She's like looking at where you stabbed her with the syringe.
Are her
and the
pupils just going like, whoa? Like,
Galaxy.
They are starting to, yes. And the lift just continues upward.
amazing.
Oh dear.
As you step off the lift in Ivy Row, you're by the museum. You do not see Cahosa or Imogene. But you also know that you took a while with your whole detour to Dock Stitch and
Yeah, I will carefully go down to the ministry and see if I can find them.
okay. So you hop back over to the down lift.
I
And
thought the
Go to the cathedral.
Yeah.
cathedral was.
oh yeah, you can go to the cathedral and you can get there that way. That works. Okay. So yeah, for the sake of expediency, I'm going to say that you get there, and you just flag down one of the midwives as you enter, and they recognize you.
Yeah.
And you ask for Cahosa and Imogene, and they lead you to a room where you see Imogene and Cahosa.
That was eventful.
You seem to keep going out and having so much fun without us.
I'm not so sure this was that much fun. It was more, blood.
Fun.
No.
No, I mean us two first brief moment, but you were.
Yeah, it seemed I was being followed by the same person that was with the person I shot earlier. But it's taken care of for now.
So,
You're certain about that?
Well, yeah. There might be things I have to do, but for now it's taken care of. She will be having quite a trip.
it's so funny because when you specifically said ambrosia, I was like, oh, is he using... Because, like, that's not one of the worst ones.
She's just gonna have a story.
Yeah.
All right, so 3 of you are assembled. Torith is still unaccounted for,
Mm-hmm.
but you're in the hatchery.
I suppose we should go down and see her now. Is everyone...
It's probably for the best, yes?
Yes, I suppose.
Torith were here with us, but they will come back when I'm sure the time is most opportune. But we shouldn't wait much longer.
No, it's already been a bit of time with all the excitement that has happened.
Yeah, and we also should warn her about the person in their house, so they don't just rush back.
Well, yes, I think ideally it's still best that she not leave.
Yeah, and hopefully this will, make that apparent.
Well, there's only one way to find out how she's going to react, and that is to go and speak with her.
Let's go.
Okay, so you go to see Madame Faye Iranian.
Mm-hmm.
She has since, as you're approaching where she was, she has been moved to a different section of the hatchery. As she's healed, she has kind of carved out a space of a nice section of the hatchery. I mean, she was a midwife once, a highly respected one, and she is now sort of holding court now that she's feeling much better. So she sort of has a suite of tunnels and little like caves in the hatchery. And she sees you as you approach them. Ah, welcome back.
Yes, only slightly worse for wear.
And she does some quick math in her head and she says, "Where is your fourth?"
They are somewhere. Some when. They will be back when they are back.
Right. Well, okay, that doesn't sound like a fatal condition, at least. That's good.
Well, Vermisian, so.
Yeah.
And
Did you get the mask?
about the mask. And I have the box. When we went to retrieve it, what is the easiest way to put this? You were there at your home.
What?
There's not much more to it than we went to your home and you were there. And you gave us this mask. And when I tried to take it out of its box, I almost died. So it seems you've been spared something, at least, but...
Yes, if anything, you're quite lucky, darling. You've avoided dying twice now.
Well, yes, I am quite fortunate. How did you almost die?
The box has the mask in it. I'm just gonna move the mask and the blades sitting in the box underneath. We feared that there was some kind of trap set for you. So we opened the box to see, and this blade was placed along the edge with a very dangerous poison on it. So when it was removed from the box, the blade would cut whoever touched it, and
Well, usually I might be upset that you were going through my belongings, but in this case, I think that was fortunate. And I'm glad that you're all right.
Should we ask about the...
And as you're about to ask, after she finishes that sentence, a couple of midwife attendants, low-level, low-ranking midwives, come into the room, and they have a contraption with them. It has a syringe and some tubing and some sort of machine. And Madame Freyrin says, "Oh, just 1 second." And the attendants inject her with the syringe, and they start drawing blood. It's like a slow trickle of blood is flowing out through the tubing. And Kahosa, you know that this is a similar process whenever the hatchery, the midwives collect blood from someone.
Yes, I know she's important. She has good blood. Normally I'm excited about this sort of thing, but I'm like, blah, it's her.
She says, she looks down and she says, "Your hatchery helped me out when I was in grave danger. This is one way of repaying the favor."
Yes, thank you for your donation.
Anyway, this imposter that you saw, there's someone posing as me?
What can you tell us about a mirror?
A mirror? What do you mean?
Now I need to think about my notes.
Large, very gold frame, not particularly ornate, in the drawing room.
I didn't have a mirror there.
No. One of your servants said you kept it somewhere else.
She thinks for a moment. Well, now you mention it, my personal assistant had mentioned something about picking up a mirror. I didn't really think much of it. They set it aside.
Who is your personal assistant?
Calixta. The name does not ring a bell to any of you.
Madam, for circumstances being what they are, it might be in your best interests to perhaps stay hidden and safe for a little while we figure out who this imposter is. Clearly they are trying to be rid of you.
I appreciate your concern, but what you're asking is impossible. Someone has taken my life, is impersonating me, is sitting on the council in my stead, and has tried to kill me twice.
Yeah, and
Yes.
it's probably your assistant.
And
Go ahead.
And what would you do? Just go up to Amaranth and say, "Oh, it's me, I'm the real one," and expect people to believe you? Is she a perfect duplicate?
Well, then I must confront her nonetheless.
I mean,
I have to reveal this imposter for who they are.
We've saved you twice now. If you could go ahead and, I don't particularly care for you, but if you could go ahead and not waste that, that'd be very much appreciated. Because if you go up there, that's what's going to happen. You're going to die and no one will notice, and she will replace you completely. However, if you wait for the moment until we can figure out a little better, you might be able to go back to your own life at some point.
How long would you have me wait?
Not long.
Hope. And what was the other person that was there when we arrived?
Oh, the other person when you met the other Madame Feyrain? That was that was Paris last day of harvest, who is also the owner of the gallery.
Nope. It's gonna be a hard no, buddy.
Why do they have such good names?
Yeah, she did boss around an elf here when we were there.
Who?
Paris? Something.
Sure.
You know, Imogene.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said Paris.
I know the name. That one runs the gallery.
Yes, he does. Any reason why he would be meeting with you?
No, I don't quite know him very well.
No, well, consider yourself fortunate in that regard, but perhaps that's a place to start.
And also, I really picked up the vibe that she was bossing him around.
That's good to know. And just as she says that, there's a rush of movement behind you, and this small form just kind of pounces Kosa from behind. And it's Zai.
Precious baby boy! When did you get here?
Hi, Kosa.
Oh, little blessed child, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
I was was knitting you something. I'm so excited to see you. Thank you for coming down here. Did you come here by yourself, or did you bring your friends?
Oh, I snuck away and came down here by myself.
Did you come straight here, or were you able to, has everyone treated you all right? Have you managed to get a meal or anything like that?
Yeah, I get meals here and there.
All right. Did you come to tell me something, or you just came to visit?
I came to visit. I mean, you said to stop by whenever I had the chance, and I was able to sneak away and get some time, and figured I would come down here.
I'm so happy that you did. It makes me so happy. I've made something for you. I'm doing a bit of business right now, but if you want to go up and see Estelle is very lovely, for example. If you want to go up to the dining hall, I'm sure everyone would love to serve you, dear child. You are very, very precious here.
Wow, I feel really special.
Oh, you most certainly are, and you should feel special.
I like it here. And he looks past you for a moment and sees Madame Feyranian. And you notice a glimmer in his eyes. He knows her.
Child, do you remember this lady?
Yeah.
Interrogate the child.
She used to be at our hatchery, the one that is burned down. Madame Feyranian just... Oh! I'm so sorry, I don't remember you, child. The New Heaven hatchery.
When did that happen?
Well, I didn't know what was going to occur there until after it happened.
What do you mean?
The paladins, the holy warriors of the Althir, raided it. They charged the midwives there with heresy and terrorism for supposedly running a secret group of vigilites out of the hatchery.
When did this happen?
Just a few months ago. I only heard about it after the raid and the fire. That was my hatchery before I was on the council.
Could this all be linked then? If we have an imposter, then it means that they are actively removing everyone that can identify you.
And as she's thinking about this, the attendants finish drawing blood from her and remove the syringe and the tubing. And you say, "Thank you, madam, for your donation to the hatchery."
This assistant of yours, Clicksta?
Yes.
What was her function before becoming your assistant in Drow Society?
That I don't entirely remember, but she was an artist or something. She was in high society circles, and after she finished her endurance, and I picked her up there, and she worked for a time as just one of my lesser aides, and she was very capable and rose to the ranks, and Eventually, she was doing so much for me that I made her my personal assistant.
It may be for the best if you just a few days stay here. Give us 3-4 days. If we find nothing by then you are free to do whatever it is you think you can accomplish on your own.
Okay, 3 days. Zai is just he's still marveling over seeing someone from his old hatchery here.
Is he trying to like interact with her at all or do anything?
You get the sense that he didn't have much interaction with her even at the hatchery. I mean, she would have been, if she was still serving there, she would have been a high matron of the hatchery. And if she was just visiting after she was on the council, she would have been a very important guest. And, you know, he was just a kid in the hatchery, one of the spider blessed. So he is not interacting with her really. He's just sort of showing her some deference.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does his new web sweater fit him?
The most important question.
This is very important.
Are you giving him his new web sweater right now?
I feel like if he wasn't opposed to it, she would have been like just like preening him. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, just like very gently like patting his head or like and then showing him the sweater and then being like,
Arms up.
He shows sweater.
Put all of your arms up in the air.
So he hesitates because you know how he was shy about the spider limbs before.
It's special for you. I made it to celebrate your blessings. You can still put a coat over it if you prefer when you're outside, but this should fit nicely.
He sort of nods quickly and he raises all his arms and
Yay!
you slip the sweater over him to try it on.
Yeah.
All right, you put it on. It does fit.
Precious spider baby.
He's like, wow, this is really nice.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad you like it. Oh, I hope you will stay here a while or come back to visit, whatever feels right by you, but it is lovely seeing you and you will be much appreciated here. But I know you've been through a lot and I don't expect you to. I don't want you to do anything you're uncomfortable with.
He sort of looks over to Madame Feyran and he hesitantly asks in like a small voice, Is it allowed for me to stay at the new hatchery?
Is he asking her?
He's asking her. She kneels down in front of him. She says, child, you were blessed and cared for by one hatchery. You are blessed and cared for by all the hatcheries. You may stay as long as you wish. And then she stands back up. Oh, okay, Kosa, I'm gonna go hang out.
Okay, I'll come and find you a little later.
All right, bye.
Bye. Thank you for coming.
He like runs off wearing his new sweater.
He's so cute and I love him so much.
I want like fan art or something. I want to commission art of him in his sweater.
I love him so much.
Like all four of his arms out, like
My precious spider baby. Oh.
And then Madame Feyran turns back to the three of you and she says, 3 days.
all right. Oh.
And I think that's where we'll stop for today.
Yeah, I have one thing I want to do though.
Okay, what's that?
Florentien will probably seek up the leader of our.
Your cell?
Yeah.
Lenora? Yep.
I have an issue.
And what's that?
I may have made myself a little bit too visible.
Oh. The shooting in the Silver Quarter.
Yeah, and also, syringe stabbing in the elevator.
Is that what that was about?
Have you heard anything about it? Have you just, poked a little?
Yes. Some people who keep me informed of things mentioned there was a woman raving about visions of the apocalypse.
Yeah. She was with the one I shot in Silver Quarters. And she managed to spot me leaving, and despite wearing a different mask and everything, so...
Who do they serve?
I don't know. But they are tied to the whole Florentien duplicate.
And do you think that your cover is blown?
I think, yes. I need to go and lay low for a while, and I can't. It's not fair to risk the other people's lives. They can't investigate if I'm there, so I will. I have to make myself scarce.
Understood. Do you have some place in mind that you're going to go? Or do you need help?
I can manage. The fewer people who knows, the better. But I might go towards Red Row or the Peach.
Okay. You're right. It is probably best that I don't know the details of where you're going.
Okay, then I'm going to Amarath, okay?
She actually laughs at that. That's good. That's safe. That helps the cell. Take care, and if you need to come back into the fold.
Yeah, when this has blown over, I will hopefully still be alive, so I'll see you later. Give my regards to the cell.
I will. And Florentien heads off.
Yeah.
To parts relatively unknown.
Yeah, jumping onto a bike and...
I still think it'd be fun to remake him as a heart playtest character. Because to lay low in the heart. But
yeah.
Because that's a totally normal and not unhinged thing to do.
Where else do you go to lay low?
Yeah, I'm the most normal person here.
That's as low as it gets.
Nobody will find you there.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, guys. That was good. And next time we should have a Torith back.
Yay!
And a new face.
A new cell member.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's exciting. So, let's go around and everyone say goodbye. Let's start backwards. Jason.
Oh, hi. I'm still Jason. You can find me at Jason Levine on Twitter. And I think the thing that I'm going to sort of mention is that I'm in another game tonight on this channel, where I'm going to be playing Microscope with Jazz and Jordan and Anton. And I have never played it before, but I'm really looking forward to it. And that is at 7 p.m.
Yes. EST. Perfect. Thank you for giving me my spider son back.
You're welcome.
And the tiny, adorable little spider baby.
You know, I don't think Spire's supposed to be this cute, but I can't help it.
I love all my precious spider babies. They're all so good. Oh, thank you so much. And then going next round, it's Nicholas.
Hello, I'm Niklas Nyvinter at Twitter and Twitch. I do art and RPGs and stuff. I post photos of food sometimes.
Good photos of food.
Really good looking food.
Yeah. Annoyingly so.
But yeah, that's it for me.
Cool. Megan?
Hi, I'm Megan. I am at Megan for the win on Twitter. You can find me here playing Spire. Obviously, you can find me on Encounter Roleplay on Monday nights at 6, playing D&D, and I wrote a game that just played the other day.
Oh, I definitely made a command for that. Ha!
You can find on itch that just made a command for called Session 0.
Wop.
So yeah, that's me.
Yay. I'm not on the ball actually. I made that command halfway through the stream.
You know, you could just lie and take credit for it anyway.
No.
I found the link. I don't need to make a command, and then I'm just give me a second.
Yeah. I just kept pasting the link over and over again because it was my last copy. But then I was like, forget it. Hang on, I'm gonna make a command because I don't think there were any mods in chat that day. Anyways, I'm Jess. This is my channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you are watching this over on the YouTubes, I hope you are enjoying it. I'm sharing so much more. We are sharing so much more TTRPG content over there and over here. Feel free to come hang out here. Feel free to enjoy over there. All that good stuff. We are doing this Spire every other Saturday. We have Fiasco Fridays happening fairly regularly. We have Fall Magic streams still ongoing. Lots of different one-shots and things still to come. Next weekend, there's going to be a bunch of fundraising streams where you can spoop me for donations. Yay! And then Dustin is running a wonderful Tal'Dorei one-shot in the world of Critical Role. We are very excited for that. So yes, come hang out, enjoy, join the Discord or Patreon if you want to get into more games. And yeah, I made one of them games too. But go check out Megan's because it's freaking awesome and you can use it for it's so great because it's practical and fun. You can build your character with it. How great is that? If you wouldn't normally take the time to flesh out a character, you can play a game and flesh out your character. It's freaking awesome. Go check it out.
Hey everyone, you can actually go check out both of them. It's really easy to go check out both.
But yeah, I used Megan's game for my next character here, so.
Ooh. That's going to be so good. Yeah, I used it. I used Session 0. We recorded it, and I will be putting that session up on YouTube as well soon. And I used it to make the character that will be in Dustin's one-shot that I cannot tell you anything about because secrets. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone who hung out, who enjoyed. We'll see you later. We're going to be playing Microscope later, as Jason said, which is a game I have not played yet, but I'm very excited to check out. So have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you around. We heart your faces. Bye! Thanks for watching.